Yes, indeed. Good morning to you, Sakina, and the viewers at home. We are in Boiketlong in Sebokeng, and indeed we've been here since about 6 this morning. We arrived at this informal settlement, and we have seen, a lot of, there's a truck already, I think that's already full. A lot of the stuff that was taken here was building material, as well as, food stuff that was taken. We're just going to move towards the van there. You will see that it's the stuff that's being loaded, your mealy meal, your juices, as well as clothes and appliances, Sakina, as well, that were found in some of the homes. I had the privilege of talking to a gentleman here who had his home raided this morning, asking him what is it that actually transpired in terms of the stuff that were found in his property. And he's saying that he didn't know these things were there. He just arrived from work and he found, there was stuff, groceries. He says he noticed there was groceries in his house. And then I questioned him and I just asked him, as a person, the only person that is employed in the house, when you see food stuff, what was, what went through your mind in terms of what was it that happened? And he was saying that he lives with his 13-year-old son, and his son said he found these things on the street. But it was a lot of things that were found here, clothing, like I said, building material and so forth. But it seems that quite a lot of the stuff found here is building material, as well as your non-perishable, like your nappies as well, your disposable nappies were also found here. I think quite a lot of the community were caught unaware in terms of what is it that was happening. And you'll see here in the street, a lot of people out in the street, looking at what it is that is continuing to happen in their particular part of this informal settlement here. But a lot of people also quite, they're working with the police. They knock, they open. But there was a gentleman that ran away, and there was about 2-3 trolleys of food stuff that was taken from his property, but he was nowhere to be found. We didn't even see what he looked like, but other residents actually giving up the stuff, some even showing the police where some of these things have been stored. But it seems that we are going to be here for a larger part of the day. As I said, we've been here since this morning, and it will be quite interesting. But you're also seeing police taking down house numbers as they take these codes that they're finding here at these homes, as well as some of the looters have been taken into custody, where there was quite a large number of items that were found. But it seems that we will also be visiting other areas as well to recoup or to confiscate these things that were taken in last week's looting, Sakina.
Mahlako, just to get a sense of how coordinated or how targeted these specific raids are into individual homes, do you get a sense that this is from an intelligence-based source prior to the police arrival, or is just a matter of community members pointing out where stuff may be found?
Well, when we arrived here this morning, it was actually quite quiet. A lot of the residents here had actually been asleep. Some of them opening their doors, others I think also just taking, a run for it, because they are scared of the repercussions of what will be found on their property. But it would seem that it was police work, not necessarily intelligence work, communities pointing out where is what. But also the placement of this particular place that we are, I just need to add, it is almost behind the Thabong Mall, which is also in Sebokeng. So it's one of the closest in terms of location to the mall. So when we were here last week, we came when the lootings were happening at Thabong Mall. A lot of people running also in this direction that we also had witnessed. So it would seem also it was the closest place in terms of where people would run to. But also, Sakina, just looking at the stuff that has been taken, as I had said last week, that there really wasn't a lot of police presence in terms of police being there at these shopping centers and these shopping complexes that were being looted. So a lot of people had time to take. You can see that there were trips. I mean, there's a truck full of trolleys, shopping trolleys that were also taken here at one of the homes in this particular area. So it will also be quite interesting what we continue to find. We've been here before, the sun was out, and we continue. This is, there are more trucks that are also being brought in to just pick up the goods that are being found here.
Mahlako, we'll leave it there for the time being. Thanks so much for that update from Boiketlong in Sebokeng on the Vaal. Our reporter Mahlako Komane there tracking that story for us.